Okay, guys, it will take me a few seconds while everybody starts showing up. I am just going in here and I'm attempting to add some stuff on here. Aha. Let's see. Hi, guys. Oh, let's see. Yes, Kitty, that's exactly what that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not very good at this because I'm having to do it on a phone, so it's a little bit different. So be patient, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm slow. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody who's saying hi to me. Hey, Farmer Mimo. Let's see. I'm so terrible at this. You have to moderate me from the live chat on PC. I can do it on my phone because I added Green Gables on here, but I don't remember how I did it. I've slept since I've done it the first time, so let me see. Let me see if I can fix it. So I just realized today that I'm the first Homestead Network show you see at the beginning of the start of the weekend for most people. So happy weekend, everybody. I hope everybody's had a really good week. I actually have, surprisingly. Okay, let's see if it'll let me do it this way. Oh, here we go. Show the chat. Here we go. I think I know what I'm doing now. Maybe. Aha. I bet this is so interesting to watch. Oh, jeez. Go. Ta-da, Kitty, you are now moderator. So there we go. So that's what I was going to do. That was the plan. Okie dokie. So I will tell you one short little thing that did happen. If you watch the videos, you would know what went on. I may have possibly showed you guys the little sweet baby button quail on Friday. Sunday we went to church, and when we came home, I did not really, I knew she had been in the house, but I didn't think about it. But my cat ate the quail. My rabbit dude video. Okay. I'm one of those people that I will tell a joke or I'll do something that I find funny, and then I will laugh about it for like 2 or 3 days. And what Farmer Memo's talking about is I always link, if you guys are interested, I always link my Facebook account in all of the videos. And she follows me on Facebook, and to make a long story short, I started talking about, I was going to get rabbits at some point. And so I've kind of just been on the lookout. Well, a local guy, he's maybe like 2 towns over, put an ad out with a rabbit. It was 2 male rabbits. It didn't specify breed, but let's see. Oh, Jay Wallace, yay, that's awesome. I was wondering why everybody was like, what's that? Yay. Okay, anyway, so I seen the ad, and I only thing I did is I commented on it, and I said, what kind of rabbits are these? He never responded. So I was like, okay, whatever. Well, then, yeah, Farmer Meemaw, no. It's not the Coturnix quail. It was my little button quail, the ones that I had hatched Friday morning. Sunday, she ate them, like all of them. Like, yeah. We came home and there was devastation. And so, no, my Coturnix quail, I met with the lady Monday and she brought me 14. 5 of them had cracked, so I only had 9. And then I met her again on Wednesday, and she gave me 14 more. So all of those are in the incubator. And I'm meeting her again Monday, and she's planning to give me, she's going to go ahead and give me the adult quail. She said at first that she wouldn't, but then she decided she was going to anyway. I know, I was really sad about it, Meemaw. My feelings were hurt, so hurt. I was like, I want to be mad at you, but that's your job. I'm drinking Earl Grey tea. It seemed better than coffee. Yeah, cats are going to be cats, and I mean, she brings me creatures all the time, so... So anyway, the rabbit guy. So he never commented back or anything, and I was just like, whatever. And then he sent me a private message on Facebook, and he was like, the rabbits are Rex rabbits, which is what I was looking for. And I was like, are they standard or mini? And he said they're standard. Okay, that's what I was looking for. And he said, I have 2 of them. 2 bucks. And I was like, I don't need 2 boys. I was like, I'm only looking for 1 male and 2 females. And he responded and he was like, well, I have the 2 bucks and I have a lion head, which a lion head is nothing more than a pet. And I was like, this guy, I'm kind of iffy about telling somebody, hey, I'm buying these rabbits so I can eat them. I don't know how some people are going to feel about that. So I was like, oh, well, you know, I don't know if I really want to do that right now. You know, I'll let you know something. And he commented back and he was like, well, you know, you should meet, like, you're not going to understand the quality of these rabbits till you meet them. You're always welcome to come over here and see these rabbits. And I was like, well, you know, I've got stuff to do all week. He was like, well, I'm off until Sunday if you want to come see these rabbits. And I was like, okay, well, I just, you know, I'm not ready for all that, but I'll let you know. And then he was like, well, I'll let all 3 of them go for $45, and you're not going to find a deal like that. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I can meet you anywhere. If you want to meet, we can meet. Do you want me to send you some pictures? I'll send you pictures of these rabbits. I'll send you pictures of them. I've even got babies and everything. Like, he's just, and I was like, dude, I asked what kind, and I said, we'll see, not I'm coming to meet you right now. And he was just like so pressuring me about meeting him. Like, I kind of got weirded out by it. So to say the least, I was like, well, looks like I'm not buying from you. And even when I stopped responding to him, which I didn't tell you this, Meemaw, I've not said anything. Hey, Simply, I didn't say anything, but I stopped messaging him. I stopped responding, and he still were sending me photos. And he was like, you know, if you got things to trade, I'm willing to trade, you know. I was just like, seriously, guy, like, you're weird. Don't do that. It just, I don't know, kind of weirded me out. But if you guys notice, okay, show of hands, who has noticed that I do wear glasses? I want to see how many people actually do know that they've seen me wear glasses at some point in videos. I guess Simply, I don't know what his deal was. Like, he even made me nervous. I was like, you're a little pushy, sir. My mama's on here. Hi, mama. Let's see. Okay, so apparently nobody's listening. Yeah, he was super creepy, me. I was so weirded out. I was like, we're not meeting anywhere for any reason. That's what kind of what he was. Yeah, Meemaw says yes, she's seen me. I've seen him occasionally. Yeah, every now and then I wear them in videos. I've not wore them in a live stream yet, but I've worn my glasses. If you've seen pictures of me on my Facebook or the Instagram, you'll see me in glasses. Now, you all know that I am very good friends with Amy from Fuel Homestead, and I have to tell you a little funny thing about her today. Me and her were talking, had some sort of random conversation. You noticed him in the Rabbit Dude video. She and I were talking about something totally off kilter, and I said, yeah, it's probably because I have glasses. And she goes, oh my God, what? You have glasses? How long? Not only does she see me in videos, she sees me. She's my personal friend on Facebook, so she sees pictures of me with glasses. We have Skyped each other, and I've been wearing glasses. And she was like, how did I never notice that you had glasses? So there you go. There's one for Amy. I know you know I wear glasses, Mom. Mom's the first person to take me to go get glasses. She's a goober. Thank you, Bandana Grandma. I like my glasses. My husband actually picked these frames out, like, I don't know, like 6 years ago. And I don't like to I don't like to change stuff. Okay, so the quail, I told you guys about my baby quail dying. I wrote a little list of things to remember to tell you about, because last week, and I do have this on the list, last week I was talking about Southern slang, and Farmer Meemaw corrected me in one of her videos, and she was so right. I was talking about it, and I was talking about bless your heart, and I was like, it can mean two different things. And then I was like, one, it could be that, you're about to say something really mean to somebody, like, oh, bless her heart. And then the other one, and I was like, and I had like a complete brain freeze, and I had no idea what I was going to say. I drew a blank, and I was like, I guess it just means something mean. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So let me be on the record to clear it up. The phrase, bless your heart in the South, can mean both that you just said something incredibly rude and you're just trying to smooth it over, or it could mean that it comes from a genuine, sweet place, that this is your way of expressing sympathy or love for somebody. Because somebody had said something on Facebook, and I was like, oh, bless your heart, I'm so sorry. I think it's hard to distinguish when, somebody's typing it out, but when they're speaking it, I mean, you can obviously tell more by like the tone of voice, and also kind of what they just said, like, oh, that baby is so ugly, bless its heart. That means we're trying to smooth over the fact that we just called somebody's kid ugly. But if we say, oh, bless your heart, I'm so sorry, that's just sympathy. So Farmer Meemaw is right. She caught my mistake, and I'm so sorry if I told you guys that bless your heart is only something bad, because that's not the truth. So today I was watching Brad and Krista's video about them making chili, and I have been so looking forward to me. If these people could see my Snapchat. Here's the thing. When I link all my social media links, I link Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. If you guys have Snapchat, if you want to get on there, you can follow me. I will follow you back. You can snap me back and forth. I'm all down for that. Pooflinger's pork chops last football game. Let's see. Hi, Suburban Hillbilly. So hi, Wayne. So anyway, what was I even talking about? You guys get me so distracted. I'm like, I don't know. Super ADD. Squirrel. So the reason my mom is making comments about the Snapchat is because my sister is so fantastic. She's 17, if that tells you anything. So she and I Snapchat each other back and forth. And my pictures are going to go one of two ways. Like, they're either going to be like with the filters and I'm trying to look all pretty and all this other stuff, or what is Snapchat? Not that I'm going to do it, just curious. Snapchat is an app that you can download onto your phone, and instead of text messaging a friend back and forth, you send picture messages back and forth. And they have these things, they're filters that you can put on. Like, you hold the button down over your face and it'll scan your face. It can turn you into a dog. It can turn you, it like distorts your face. If you hold it, and actually they won't be able to breathe if they do it. Never call Black baby precious. That apparently is what you say when you can't find nothing nice to say about a baby. I learned that the hard way. Oh, that's nice. No, so Snapchat, you're sending pictures back and forth. It's basically texting through pictures. That is strange, Meemaw. I've never heard that. But I don't know. There's no telling. And that's one of the things that we were talking about. Was that when you're down in the South, everybody just assumes everything is the same no matter where you go. But it literally changes by state to state. It actually changes by part of the state. Like, if you listen to Patera from Appalachia's Homestead, she and I have two totally different accents, even though we're from a similar area. We're actually both in East Tennessee. She's just from Knoxville. Knoxville, Tennessee is kind of like the more uppity area. We would consider her like highfalutin. If you don't know what that means, it just means she's fancy. But like, I'm from more of the backwoods, so I've got a heavier accent. Meemaw definitely has a heavy accent. I don't know what part of Arkansas she's from, but I know for a fact Meemaw's got a heavy accent. Oh, Freaky, so that might be it. Freaky said that Farmer Meemaw, there's a movie called Precious, and it stars a colored girl by that name, so that might be what it is. What is your name on Snapchat? It is Dog Lovin' Nerd. DOGLOVINNERD. All one word. And so I do that. I go on there, and I either post like the sweet, like I'm trying to look pretty pictures, or I look like a frog that's been run over 10 days ago. I post some of the, like, I get a kick out of it. I love it. Like, I love to do this. I will post some of the most hideous looking pictures of myself I can possibly post. So if you, Sneedville, Tennessee, yes, I have. That is northwest of us. I am literally, who you calling fancy? I'm between, I'm an hour south of Knoxville, Tennessee, and an hour north of Chattanooga, so I'm kind of like dead center of two big cities. And so, Bookface. No, it's just, they're terrible. Don't do Bookface. I think you mean Facebook. It's okay, Ring. I was carefully responding to a God hater on my channel and praying for that person. Those are hard. Those are hard ones. I actually, on my Facebook, I typically will, of course, on the Hope's Homestead Facebook page, anybody can like it, and that's fine. But as far as my personal Facebook page, I'm kind of selective. I'm sure Meemaw has learned very quickly a lot about me because she and I became Facebook friends. We did discover that she and I both are in the same political party. But I actually kind of got into a little bit of a tiff, not an argument, I wouldn't say, but it was a debate really about being pro-life versus pro-choice, which we're not going to discuss that, and we're not going to get into none of that. That stuff, that's guaranteed to make somebody get their feelings hurt or cause drama and all that. I've never heard that bless your heart was meant that way, and it does sound as not so nice. Not implying anything. It just really saddens my heart, and now I feel like I've been naive. Well, it's not always. I mean, typically if somebody says bless your heart to your face, it is because they are being sympathetic. But if they're talking to you about somebody else and it's really snarky, it's probably that. Let's see. Farmer Meemaw said, I hadn't either. Precious is my standard word for an adorable baby. That movie came along after that, saying maybe that is where the movie came from. Oops. Farmer Meemaw, if you've not seen that movie, it's really terrible, actually. So that might be why. I don't know. People get so offended so easy all the time over everything. You don't know what you can and cannot say. Amanda from the Fundamental Homestead has the most gracious responses for people like that. I think you're talking about Rain. Yeah, it's hard because, like, I have the one video where I was talking about what happened with the neighbor issue. And golly bum, I have like so many comments of people just being vicious and vile. I'm just like, would you truly say that to me? But I don't know. That's terrible. Let's see. That's right, hun. Bless your heart is meant as a sympathetic gesture for me most of the time. Most of the time it is. I just wanted to clear up that just because a Southern woman says bless your heart doesn't always mean she's being kind. I just say what I want and you don't have to like me. I'm bad about that. I don't know. I have a feeling that sometimes that my little filter upstairs is broke, because if it's been rattling around long enough, it'll just come flying out. And I'll give you an example. My mamaw, my dad's mom, my mamaw is like my hero. She's such, well, you have no filter. My mom can tell you, I don't. It's bad. I don't. So my mamaw is hilarious. If she thinks it, you never have to question where you stand with her in life. She played piano at an old church we used to go to when I was a kid. And this woman said that she had a song to sing. So she comes up to the front and she sings her song. Mamaw was playing it for her. Lady gets done. My mamaw, in front of the whole church, says, well, the Lord said make a joyful noise. He didn't say nothing about it sounding good. There was no bless your heart, nothing. It's just, that's just Mamaw. Mamaw's just, yeah. She's like the Simon Cowell of Southern gospel. Like, if you don't sound right, she'll let you know. Let's see. The amazing thing is that I truly do not feel angry, hurt, or bitter for these things, but I feel love and patience for these people. That is not me. That's him living through me. I agree, Rain. I have a hard time. Oh, hey, James. You're here. I didn't see you. You snuck in. Yeah, I have a hard time being patient with people. So if I'm very patient, it's not me. It's Jesus. You can take that to the bank. Let's see. Beth said, I don't care for snarky comments about blondes, and I'm not a blonde. You know, I'm bad about doing that, and I'm just like, yeah, she's blonde. And it's not even trying to be rude. It's just, I think it's just become a saying. Like, it's bad, but there's been times I'm just like, golly bum, they're so stupid. And that's probably such a bad thing to say. It's so not nice. You shouldn't say stuff like that about people. But I think it's just, we've cheapened words. It's such a strange place that we've come to in society, honestly. We've got to the point where we've cheapened words in such a way that nothing, I mean, you can just say whatever and it's just like, it doesn't have the same intensity of meaning, but yet things that shouldn't matter are the things that people just get all bent out of shape over. So it's just, it's so weird. But I think I should have been. I have no filter either. My daughter is terrified when we go somewhere and someone says or does something she knew I was passionate about. She would turn to me and say, Mother, Farmer Meanwhile said, I'm blonde and I resemble that comment. God used the manly, silly political debates I allowed myself to get sucked into to temper me. Yeah, I've been trying not to get too involved in the political discussion, but it seems like the closer it's getting to, you know, the end, the more it's ramping up and the worse it's getting. And I mean, I don't understand this thing about where, you know, people are just openly, and I know a lot of people did that video of who they're voting for, and I was so proud of everybody for not actually saying who they were voting for, because I don't really feel like that's anybody's business who you're voting for. I mean, if you want to support a candidate and put your stuff out in the yard, I mean, you're free to do so, but to go on Facebook, I think that's probably the issues. Not as much the fact that you're saying who you're voting for, as much of the fact that when people post, like when I see somebody post something and it is against the candidate that I'm for, I just let it go. Or if I see them post some kind of malarkey for the one that they're for, which is obviously not who I'm with, I don't get on there and try to change their mind, because I'm going to tell you something right now, honey. You are not going to change these people's mind. They have made up their mind. They've made up their heart. This is who they're for. This is what they're voting. And that's fine. That's what democracy is. So I hate it when people get on there and they're like trying to just cause some sort of argument and nothing ever happens. Angie said, don't be throwing Jesus under the bus. I don't know how I'm throwing Jesus under the bus. Let's see. YouTube has been my only filter except for one video. Well, simply, honestly, you had a lot of reason to do that. Let's see. Here's the thing. I believe people have a right to like or not like things or people or places or whatever. If I don't agree with their assessment, oh well. I hope they change their mind. James is always around. James is always around. He is probably one of my most faithful subscribers. He has been there literally. I think I seen you subscribe to me, James, when I was like 3 videos in. Like, he's been here forever. And I have never one time got a comment from him other than to be encouraging and loving and supportive. And I love him for that. Dolphin Man said, please make a video with you singing at the church with the other ladies. Oh my. Actually, that was another thing I was going to bring up. I'm going to try to copy and paste all these answers and let John filter through them next Friday. It was going to be this Friday, but a surprise, he works 7 days a week this week. But next week, there's a good chance he's going to be off on Friday. If he's off on Friday, he and I both have decided to do something fun for the live stream. What we're going to do is let you guys today go ahead and send me a request of some fun songs or something you want to hear us do, and we're going to pick a few of them. Obviously we can't pick a ton because we are, you know, only 1 hour, but we're going to play and sing for you guys and do something fun like that. So because you said your patience was Jesus. Oh, Jesus is what gives me what little bit of patience I have. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Simply come back to Georgia. The deer just jump right in front of your car and die here. That's the truth. You can't. That's how my quail eggs that were coming, that's what happened to them. She almost hit a deer and had to slam on the brakes and the eggs got thrown forward. James, that's you, man. You're the first to say hi to me when I started watching. Yeah, I love James. He's so sweet. I don't know why, but I feel hoarse today. So, if you guys have an idea for a song you want to hear me and John attempt to do, no telling whether or not we can do it or not, just put it in there. Are there any copyright laws when you sing live? I've been having trouble picking music. There are copyright laws. The way you have to get around it, and this is what we're planning to do, the song has to be less than 30 seconds. Any longer than 30 seconds, they're going to flag you. So if we, you've convinced me to get quail, and my husband says thank you. You're welcome. I hope you get to watch me do these quail, and it's everything you wanted to know, because I'm sure I'm going to make some major mistakes. And I've got a question about the quail for you guys that do have them. Jay Wallace, you can't fix it, but you sure can muffle it with duct tape. Oh, you're talking about being stupid. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Meemaw was hilarious. So here's my question for you guys that have nothing Disney. How dare you talk smack about Disney? You don't want to hear me sing Disney songs? That's awesome. I already have informed Jonathan, should we ever go to Disney World, he will be humiliated and he does not want to be anywhere around me. Because Angie said anything by Adele. Wayne Ball, he said he wants to hear Why Baby, Why Baby, Why. Do any song you like. Wow. Wow, that song is that short. Yeah, you have to do less than 30 seconds. We put up 2 recitals and got hit with copyright. Yeah, if you put up any music whatsoever, there's a way to get around it. My cousin knows a way to get around it, but you can't monetize your video, which 90% of us, we monetize the videos. And what I think is funny about monetizing is the fact that, you know, you'll get people that will blast you and say stuff like, oh, you're making so much money, you're just doing this to make money on YouTube. You didn't put it up on YouTube. Did you put it on Facebook? Facebook will tag you too. But you make like, I think it's like cents on the thousands of views. I mean, I've been doing this for, I'm coming up on a year I've been doing this. I'm just now over 1,000 subscribers. They've not even sent me the first check. I mean, you just, and they send you a check after you've made $100. So for all those people that are like, I'm just a sinner saved by grace. I'll have to look that one up, Dolphin Man. As soon as I get done, I'm going to try to sold out the dark side. Did they not ever? Oh, I was so afraid when Disney bought Star Wars that they were going to ruin it. And they did. They did. I was so disappointed in the bad guy. I was so disappointed in Kylo Ren. He's not even close to scary. I'm sorry, when a girl who doesn't even know she's a Jedi can kick your butt in the first 20 seconds of seeing you, that just makes me mad. Mom said, I say sing, haven't you heard? The reason she's saying that is because I used to sing that when I was 3. I follow a channel who got in trouble because the radio was on in the background while he was driving his car, but he got a lot of subscribers now and they don't seem to bother him. Yeah, just like if you ever watch some, that's right, Bandana Grandma. She said, what? I'm not going to be a millionaire this year? No, you will not be a millionaire. You probably won't even be a hundredaire. That's just the way it is. Also, let him do long videos when they didn't used to. I guess schools can get away with music stuff. I think a lot of it is just because that they are not monetizing it. And I'm telling you, my cousin knows a way. He's got a video. He's got multiple videos on his channel where he puts up music videos, but he doesn't monetize them. And there's some sort of copyright thing that you have to put on there in order for them to not say anything. So I don't know. That's just how it works. It's the government. What do you want? Let's see. Do you know It All Comes Down? It's a beautiful song. I don't, but whatever you, how about Leaning on the Arm? LOL, you know why. My mom. I used to love Disney too until I learned the awful truth. Yeah. Whatever songs you all put, I'll just make copies of all this stuff and we'll go through, and like I said, it'll be just short little bursts of different things. I've been doing this a little over a year, Wayne said, and just got my first payment, but for me, it's a hobby and I love it. I agree. I did not do this to make money, because if that's the reason somebody's doing it, then they're doing it for the wrong reason. The family of God, Dolphin Man said. Okay, doke. I'll put mine on the list. Explain what monetized means, please. When you are a creator on YouTube, when you upload a video, it gives you the option to monetize a video. Monetize basically means that you are telling YouTube that you're putting this content, this video out there, and you would like to be paid with ads. If you click on someone's video and there is an ad on it, either in the middle of it, at the end of it, at the beginning, whatever, when you see an ad, every time someone clicks on the video and watches it for a length of time, this person gets like pennies. So when you see these people, like, I don't know if any of you guys, I highly doubt any of you guys know who this is. He's the world's biggest YouTube star. His name is PewDiePie. He has a mouth like a sailor, but he has, I think it's like so many millions and millions and millions of subscribers. He's up in the multi-billions of views. And he basically plays himself doing video games and screaming. And so, he literally made somewhere, I think the Forbes list made him making like $13 million last year. So could you possibly become famous? Yeah, you could. But, you could also go to Nashville and record a song and become famous, but what's the likelihood of that? Same thing. Let's see. Please at least listen to... I will, Suburban. I'll listen to them. Let's see. Go for Green Living is up next, Old Alabama Gardener. I'm going back through the comments. Here's one you may know. Just Give Me Jesus. I have heard that one, yes. I checked him out for a few seconds. He makes millions. He does. He makes a ton of money. I've seen several of his videos when they do like the little montages and they edit him out. He's hilarious. It's funny. Will your church be fine with videotaping? Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. For a while, High Deep South Homestead, for a while, I actually was live streaming on Facebook our church's praise and worship every morning. I could get away with that because on Facebook with the live stream like that, I'm not getting paid for it. So they kind of don't say something. Cutie Marcia is just in our area of California recently. She is beautiful. She's so sweet too. I actually follow them on Instagram. I follow a lot of people on Instagram. In case you guys are wondering, I'm in my kids' bedroom on their bed. That's why I've got pink blankets behind me. Because they're in my bed watching cartoons. Because it's Friday and everybody's staying up. Oh, that's another thing. I don't even have this on here. It just crossed my mind. One of the things that I have talked about, I have over 91,000 views. I could get paid if I could find my Google pin. LOL. So until then, I'm saving for a tiller. Oh, good Lord, Meemaw. Dancing in the sky. Okay, you know what? I got so frustrated with Google AdSense. I was like, why are you not working? It said, okay, I had done everything that it had asked me to do. I got my pin, put it in, and it was like, okay, so now you can do all this stuff. Suburban Hillbilly said, I grew up listening to Southern gospel. Me too. Bluegrass gospel. Me too. And I was so frustrated because it asked for like a payment method, like how you wanted to be paid. And it kept telling me that my bank account was invalid. And I was like, listen, I know it's not invalid. And I put it in like 10 times. I was like, something's wrong. And then I read the fine print that says, like, I actually have to make enough money to where they would even consider sending me money before I was like, oh, I feel like an idiot. Because I even contacted their help. I was complaining. I was like, I can't get it to work. They didn't respond. They were probably like, read the fine print, stupid. Let's see. Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford was close to 24 million views. Yeah. Is it possible you could make a ton of money on YouTube? It's always possible, but it's just, you just literally have to have a viral video and then get so many subscribers and stuff. For a while, I actually followed, I don't even remember what the name of it was. It was a grandmother. It was the sweetest little old lady. Oh my Lord. I don't know if any of you guys ever seen her or remember her. She was on Instagram and her picture was of her sticking her tongue out and her tongue was blue because she'd been eating a sucker. The cutest little old woman, and I followed her and she passed away. I was so sad. She had beat breast cancer, and then pancreatic cancer is what took her. Lord, I cried when she died. That was so sad. A former Hard Rock loving chick. You can't see it, but I'm wearing a Guns N' Roses, the Appetite for Destruction t-shirt. The Depression Cooking. No, I've seen hers. I love that channel. I follow that one too. I do know. Are you able to say what denomination your church is? Yes, Dolphin Man. We are Pentecostal. And that's Pentecostal and Baptist and everything else is a lot like what I was talking about being Southern. Is everybody's different. So you have Pentecostals who, they typically wear the long skirts, no makeup, can't cut your hair. They're kind of more of the much more conservative. And then you have some that are more like us, that the women are fine with wearing jeans. I obviously wear makeup. I don't like to cut my hair because I like my hair, but so there's different, and then there's the ones who, what you hear about in the media, which is the ones that handle snakes. There's all different varieties. So we are the ones that wear the blue jeans and are liberal. We're liberal conservatives, if that makes sense. Are they going to replace the quail eggs? She's not replacing the quail eggs with quail eggs. She's going to replace my quail eggs with quail. So I can't argue with that. Let's see. Grandma Betty. Yep, that's her. That's her. Grandma Betty. I'm glad somebody remembered her. Golly bum, she was so cute. Every time I would see her, I would just be like, oh, I just want to take this little old lady home with me. See, now Meemaw just... She said, woot woot, I saw Guns N' Roses at the Pyramid in Memphis in 1991. Suburban Hillbilly said Pentecostal equal conservative Southern Baptist. Somewhat. We're conservative to a degree, but liberal in another way. I guess the best way, because I mean, I'm not ashamed of what I am. I guess the best way to describe it is we are a little bit more liberal and free with, people do go up to the front. There's a lot of dancing. People shout and dance and sing and everything else. But the one thing that separates the Pentecostal from the Baptist is the Baptists believe that speaking in tongues and being filled with the Holy Ghost was something that happened to the day at Pentecost. That's why they're called Pentecostals, because people who are Pentecostal believe that you can now, in present day, speak in tongues and be filled with the Holy Ghost. So, and the evidence of being filled with the Holy Ghost is speaking in tongues. So that is what we believe, and that's what we practice. So, and there's some that are a little bit more zealous than what we are. So, I hope that gives a little bit better of an explanation. Wayne said, I'm Baptist. What does that mean? I'm not sure, because there's a different Baptist church on every corner around here. Basically, this is the best way to describe it. Baptist, Pentecostals, Methodists, Presbyterian, 99% of them all believe pretty much the same thing, which is, that there is God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost. Jesus came down as a man, was born to a virgin, died for our sins, rose again in 3 days, and that is the way to salvation, is to ask and believe on him, and that is the basic, fundamental basis of Christianity. Now from there, it's like a good pie crust recipe, okay? So everybody in the world that's doing Christianity should have the pie crust recipe. That's what makes it the pie. But the difference is some people like strawberry pie, some people like chocolate pie. I mean, there's more, you get more in depth with doctrine and beliefs and stuff like that. So it kind of depends. It's hard to describe, honestly. Let's see. Believe in the Trinity. Yeah, there's some people that believe in the Trinity and some people don't. I do. My mother went to a Pentecostal church once. She was terrified of snakes. She was a wreck for days. I will be, there's different types of Baptists: Free Will Baptist, Missionary Baptist, Southern Baptist, Hardshell Baptist. I'm trying to be a Christian rejected by prideful Christians. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's what we should all be. I think the most important, Old Ways, Steve said he's Primitive Baptist. Or maybe he's just saying that there is Primitive Baptist. So there's just so many additives and religious takes on it and religious aspects to it. But I mean, as long as you have your basics right and your foundation right, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter where you go or what you do, as long as you are I guess you can't. Mom said I like pie. You goober. Wayne said he's Missionary Baptist. I think our church is technically considered, I think it's just Pentecostal holiness. But there's 3 different types of Pentecostal holiness. Like I said, the ones who are conservative and wear the skirts almost like Mennonites, like Anti-Baptist. And then there's the ones who are very liberal like we are, and then there's the ones that handle snakes. And the belief for snakes, it comes from the scripture where it talks about you can pick up serpents and not die. All pies matter. Meemaw. And that's like, it says, Miss Zelda, try being a modern Orthodox Jew amongst a lot of conservative Christians. And you know what's funny though? I have to tell you, Beth, my family and our church, we are not Jewish or anything like that, but we do, like, we celebrated Rosh Hashanah at the church. The apples and honey, we did the whole thing. We do blow the shofar horn. We do recognize Jewish holidays and traditions as well as Christianity, because the way that the church talked about it was the fact that if you know, Jesus was obviously Jewish, that is the foundation and the basis for the faith, and then it builds up, and it obviously evolved into something different, but that's one of the things. I'm glad to be saved and baptized. I would love to visit your church. Dolphin Man, if you ever want to visit the church, because I think you said you're in northern Georgia, so you're not too far. You're probably about 5 to 6 hours away from me. If you ever decide you actually want to be at the church, just send me a private message and I'll send you the address. And I'll give you the address to it. Go for Green said, we just go by what the Bible says, not any doctrine. And that's the most important part. I mean, you can go into a church, and this is how I personally feel too. I mean, you can go to church all day long, but that doesn't make you any better than anybody else. The only reason that we are supposed to go to church is because it says, forsake not the assembling of yourselves. That's it. I mean, it's not a social club. You're not there to socialize with other people. You're not there to walk off and be like, I'm better than everybody now because, you know, I go to church and you do not. So that's really important. I was raised Southern Baptist, not just follow the way to all happiness, firm basis for ethical and productive life. Yeah, I mean, if you're putting honestly, this is the way I feel about this too. If you're going to put your faith and your trust in, and I think this is why people get hurt when they go to church, is because they go to church and they think that, you know, that these people are, I don't know, it's like they feel like that they should be elevated or that they should act a certain way. And guys, if you put your faith in somebody else, including me, especially me, if you look at me and think, and obviously I profess to be a Christian, and I hope to show you that, but if you're expecting me to never make mistakes or never fall or never do anything bad, you are going to be sorely disappointed. And that's the same way with everybody. Don't put your faith and trust in a preacher or other people or anything like that, because at the end of the day, they are going to fail you. They are human. They're going to make mistakes. The only person you should ever put your faith in is God, period, because he's never going to fail you no matter what. And I didn't mean to start preaching, but we keep talking about it. Has anyone said anything at your church about your tattoo? No. Because like I said, our church is more liberal, so tattoos are not an issue. I actually found a t-shirt that says Jesus loves me and my tattoos. I just have the one though. Let's see. When you're streaming, do you ever get nervous and forget what to say? All the time. I talked about that at the very beginning. I got totally confused when I was talking about bless your heart. As the stream starts going, probably about the 20 minutes in, I'm pretty calm and I'm chill. But at the first 20 minutes, if you guys watch me, I'm just like super nervous. I'm nervous because even though I'm sitting here in my child's bedroom completely alone, kids are watching cartoons, husband's watching The Walking Dead. I mean, even though I'm alone, I'm also being watched by, at the moment, I don't even know how many people are watching. I've not even looked. But I'm being watched by a lot of people. So you do worry that you're going to say something stupid. And once it's out the mouth, you can't take it back. Let's see. Oh my word, you got a tattoo. Listen, Simply, I did. My whole life, I've always been like, I don't really like tattoos. I don't really want a tattoo. And then when September, I turned 30. And my brother was like, you know what? I'm going to pay for you a tattoo for your birthday. And I know that we should all be thankful we may out loud talk about your church. Your body is your temple. I choose to paint the walls too. well, I'm not going to take it with me, so I might as well wreck it while I got it. I don't think, honestly, my personal opinion is I don't think there's anything more wrong with you getting a tattoo that's going to defile or, deface your body any more than overeating and making yourself fat. But that's my personal opinion. Some people don't feel that way. Tennessee Homestead. If you guys don't follow Rich, you need to. Golly bum, he's so sweet. He's sweet, educational, and he's extremely smart. I like tattoos, but they are best on others more brave than me. That's how I felt. I was never ready to do it, but I'll tell you the story behind my tattoo. I got a bow because I think it's girly, but my bow actually represents my 4 kids. Each little loop is a child. If you guys watched my live stream with Amy, I talked about losing our first baby. And so this one right here is actually shorter and is almost in the shape of a heart for him. And then the bow, the tie in the middle, it represents my husband who holds us all together. So that, for me, it had significant meaning. It wasn't just like, hey, yeah, man, let's just get a tattoo. I had been talking about it for a while. My brother just paid for it. The verse that says he had one on his thigh and his robe, the true name of God, is something close to that as an explanation for me. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I was nearly 60 when I got my tattoo. Yeah, I'm not... Meemaw said, I didn't get a tattoo until I was 39. Immediately got pregnant. My son blamed the tattoo for tricking my body into thinking I was young. Meemaw, you are so crazy. I have such a good time watching you. You're so funny. Oh, Lord. She's a hoot. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm conservative in some ways and liberal in others. Not liberal in the political sense, but I'm definitely conservative in that. But liberal more in my views with God. I think, and this, I'm just going to tell you this is my motto in life, and it's not just for politics, it's for religion too. I don't come to you and tell you what sort of relationship you should have with your husband or your wife. And so therefore you don't get to come to my house and tell me what sort of relationship I should have with my husband or my wife. Same thing. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to love somebody. You shouldn't tell me how to love somebody. I'm not going to tell you how your relationship with Jesus or God should be. Yeah, guys, if you're wondering, the Chief Keef person that's on there with the pug face, don't be alarmed. It is not a troll. It is my 17-year-old sister who thinks she's funny. So, but you can still ban her if you'd like. So that's just the way I feel about it. I wouldn't tell you how your relationship should work. So I don't expect anybody to tell me. My relationship with God is my relationship with God. And that should be something private and intimate, but just between me and him, not everybody else. Let's see. I just shared the stories. It's the people around me that give me the stories to tell. That's the truth. I'll give you a quick one. Since she decided to tell me that I'm ridiculous, my sister, I will tell you a story I told Amy today. My sister, who is 17, I tell her all the time, golly bum, you are so beautiful, but Lord, you are stupid. And this is why I say this. I will give you a story about her that will immediately open your eyes to what type of person that she is. We're standing in my kitchen. Mara is she's probably like 3, and she was singing the song off the Snow White movie. Emily says, don't let her watch Snow White. It's stupid. And I was like, why is Snow White stupid? She was like, just let her watch Cinderella. Cinderella's not stupid, but Snow White is. And I was, why is Snow White stupid? And she's like, because it's full of magic. There's no magic in Cinderella. Literally, y'all, I stood there for 3 minutes staring at this child, trying to figure out what bless her heart. Yeah, I was like... And she stares at me and she goes, oh, wait, bippity boppity boop, I forgot. That should tell you what kind of person she is. And you guys may think that I have some sort of intelligence, but there's none going on upstairs. There's nothing. A terrible story on me. me and John were out driving somewhere and we were listening to music. It's just started snowing. And Alabama came on singing Christmas in Dixie. And as serious as a heart attack, I look at him and I say, you know what? I've always thought about going there. And he said, where are we going? What are you talking about? I said, you know, you hear all these country songs all the time talking about going to Dixie. I think we should go. And he just looked at me and he said, where would you think... Now, I know my husband loves to have one on me. So he was like, where would you think Dixie is? And I thought, I don't know. I guess I would say somewhere like Mississippi or something. I mean, it has to be somewhere down south. I'm sure they're all redneck and wear, you know, camo and drive trucks. I would just like to go. I think it'd be interesting to see. And he just smiled, sat there for a second, and he said, I'm going to tell you something. I said, what? He said, baby, you're already here. You've arrived. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I was totally confused. He was like, anything below the Mason-Dixon line's Dixie, darling. He's like, you've been here your whole life. Yeah. So, you know, Emily does come by, you know. She comes by it honest. Oh, Lord Meemaw, yeah, bless my heart. I don't have enough sense to come in out of the rain. Let's see. I think we've only got just a few minutes left. So whenever this is over, you guys got to make sure you go over to Go for Green Living because they're going to go live in about 4 minutes. So Mississippi it is Dixie, but I thought Dixie was like a town. I thought it was a town. So I was like thinking we needed to go to an area named Dixie, not like a whole region. I'm crazy. I'm way north of the Mason-Dixon line. Let's see. That means even I'm in Dixie. Maryland is below the Mason. So I guess you would be, Bandana. What about Smoking a Pig? Smoking a Pig. Let's see how many. I've got 3 minutes. Okay. Other quick story. I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled from the time I was in 4th grade on. So when I say I was naive, I'm terribly naive. I'm gullible. You can talk me into anything. You can tell me anything and I'll believe any lie you want to, you know, spew out. So I ended up, when me and John started dating, John was not naive. He was very wild. And I thought he was so cute because he was the bad boy. But he and I had been watching a Richard Pryor stand-up comedian thing. And I was like, listening to this stand-up comic, and he's talking about all these different things. Well, he starts saying slang names for different drugs. I'm completely oblivious. So I kind of asked John what it meant, and he started explaining to me these different slangs for different drugs. And so it wasn't maybe 10 minutes later, his mama calls us into the living room and she was like, guys, listen. She said, you know, Rick, his stepdad, she was like, his company is going to be doing a thing. I don't know if your mom will let you go though, because they'll probably be drinking and they're going to be smoking pig. And I was like, oh, my mama won't let me go. She said, why? I said, not if they're going to be smoking pig. And she said, why? Your mom got something against pork? I was like, oh, you mean like to eat it? I was so confused. I'm so goofy. I do things like this. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get ready. You guys get ready to go over to Go for Green Living. I will probably come over there and see you guys for a little bit, but I do have to feed my husband before he heads out to work. I will see you guys on Friday. If you guys want to, you can catch me and Amy on Thursdays at 8:30 in the morning on Eastern Standard Time, where on her channel, it's where we do the Southern Mama's Coffee Break, and Lord, we talk about all kinds of stuff over there. So I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you over at Go for Green Living, and see you later. Bye.